What is good, YouTube? My name is George. Welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how the GameStop stock situation, I think, just changed my life. I was inspired to make this video for a couple of reasons. One is that when Danny and I shot our most recent podcast episode, we talked about this feeling of burnout I've been going through on my YouTube channel, feeling like my content is repetitive and I feel sort of boxed into a particular type of content that I have to make, which sort of makes sense since my main channel is very niche. It's all about skateboarding. The handful of times that I try to post something else, it typically just totally fails. That's kind of why I started this second channel, and I'm not sure whether the solution is to just post more different creative projects on the second channel or take those experiments to the main channel. I think I'm still trying to figure that out. But either way, it feels good to be talking about something else for a bit, especially since it's been freezing, it's been blizzarding. I haven't been skateboarding much. I can't really go out and film skateboarding right now anyways. You know, and the shitty weather in New York City was actually perfectly timed with this GameStop frenzy because I was stuck inside. Like normally I would be outside skating for most of the day, but I've literally just been cozying up in bed by the window, watching the blizzard and watching the GameStop charts. So I'm just going to tell you what happened with me in terms of the GameStop situation, when I bought into it, when I got out of it, and the valuable lessons that I've learned that I genuinely think I will take through the rest of my life. I probably came across a tweet that mentioned that the GameStop stock was rising, which made absolutely no sense to me. I was like, what the hell? Like, isn't GameStop going to the shitter? So I was confused and intrigued enough to look into it. I never really cared about the stock market. I never really understood exactly what it meant. I thought this was something that just finance bros do. But I was intrigued, so I started looking into it. Eventually, I discovered the subreddit wallstreetbets. This is where my learning experience started. I've learned so much the past week about the stock market, finance, and investing that I literally feel like I just took an Econ 101 class. This GameStop had me like figure out what the stock market was, why it even works, like what it means to trade a stock and sell a stock. And the learning process literally started on wallstreetbets, which is absolutely outrageous. Like these people are crazy. And the whole thing is so funny, like the meme face. There's literally people in here who put their life savings into shit like GameStop, which is crazy. They do use some very offensive language that I do not condone, but I did get many chuckles while scrolling this page. I mean, I would literally just start cracking up throughout the day randomly out of nowhere because GameStop stock was rising for absolutely no reason other than that it's a meme stock. And I was beginning to understand that this whole scenario was causing these wealthy hedge funds to lose a ton of money. Meanwhile, these people on wallstreetbets were making bank. Like I just spent a lot of time absolutely cracking up at this whole situation. As I read more and more about the situation, it became not just that you might make a lot of money investing in this stock, but there was also this idea that if you invest in GameStop, you are joining this war against the rich hedge funds. That was what I picked up from the whole thing. Plus, I thought it was so hilarious, so I decided to purchase 2 shares. So as you can see here, I bought 1 share of GameStop on the 27th of January at $271.43. And then immediately after, I just saw it continuing to go up. So I was like, fuck. And then I bought another one at $293. Okay, so here's the chart of the GameStop stock. And just to give you an idea of how much I feel like I've learned since this journey began, I never even like opened up a stock chart in my life until this situation. But so here it looks like this situation started maybe around January 11th. There's a nice leap here, as you can see. And then it really starts to take off on January 13th. I had not even heard about the situation until around, I'm guessing around 125 is when I heard about this situation, because that's a huge spike. Like people who invested in early January at around 18 bucks. By the time of January 25th, that $18 stock was worth $145, which is insane. So that means if you bought a stock in early January for 18 bucks, you could sell the same stock on January 25th for $145. That's crazy. Here shit gets real crazy on the 27th. Let me zoom this in. You go to sleep on the 25th, it's at 150 bucks. You wake up on the 27th, it's at 327. So around that time is when I decided to hop on. And like I said, I bought in at around 275 and 290. Wall Street Bets on Reddit just has the highest energy, literally reading these people just going berserk about sending GameStop to the moon, diamond hands, all this shit. It like genuinely gave me this excitement that I was a part of it. So I held on to this stock all day. The next day it freaking zooms up to 468, which I'm guessing is going to be the highest it will ever go. And I'm watching it, and literally when it passes 400, I'm like, should I sell it? Like, should I sell it? But literally every time I thought about selling it, I would go back onto the Reddit, and everyone's like, this is only the beginning. Like, we're going to the moon, you know, like, so I held on to it. And then Robinhood announces that they're cutting off GameStop trading. And then I watch it drop all the way down to 130. When that happened, I became even more interested in the situation because I was like, what the hell? Like, how can they do that? And literally, like, you could tell, like, the moment they prevented people from buying, that's when the whole shit dropped. So I feel like personally, Robinhood caused my shares to lose money. So then I'm like, f- the system, f- Wall Street, ride or die Wall Street Bets. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I wish that I sold around 400 plus because then I would have made the most money. But I ended up selling at 330 bucks on the 29th. So let's see where that is in the chart. So yeah, here on the 29th, you could see it's pretty high up there, usually above 300s. And I decided to sell. I actually remember feeling like the whole thing was making me so worked up, and it was really fun for those couple of days. But then I was like, like, I can't spend the rest of my life like this, just like watching these charts. So I got out of there. I made like, let's do some math. My first one share was 293. The other one was about 274. That's how much I purchased my shares for. I sold them for 330. So I made almost $100, $93. That's kind of crazy, you know? But yeah, I'm not really grateful for this experience because of the $93. I'm much more grateful for how much I've learned. Things kept coming up that I didn't understand, so I kept Googling them. And I would watch these like finance people live streaming on YouTube and watching this stock. And I know for a fact this happened on a large scale. Like, Wall Street Bets successfully got a ton more people interested in the stock market, and I think that's pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to be adopting the Wall Street Bets way of life. I would never put a significant amount of money into a stock like GameStop. It's just not something I would do. But what I am really grateful for what Wall Street Bets personally did to my life is they got me interested in this stuff. I was talking to my neighbor and friend who also had a share or two of GameStop, and we were just chatting back and forth about the whole thing. And he nonchalantly recommended this book to me. It's called The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. And since I was on this bender of the GameStop situation, GME, and learning about the stock market and finance and what it really meant to invest, I mean, watching the investment account and the amount of money just going up and down like magically for seemingly no reason, like, that's a powerful feeling, you know? I had never experienced that before, and that got me intrigued. I was like, okay, I gotta learn what this is all about. I'm really grateful that this book was recommended to me. It's absolutely not the Wall Street Bets way of life. It's actually pretty boring. If I wasn't on this kick and if this GameStop thing never happened, I would not have made it through this book. But since this book came to me at a time in my life where I happened to be interested in this sort of thing, I blazed right through it. I read this book in 2 days, and I never read books that fast. This book essentially is a father's advice to his 24-year-old daughter about how to save and invest money. perfect for me because I'm 23 and I don't know jack shit about this stuff until GameStop. And it's so freaking easy. And all it really involves is saving and investing a portion of your income, just building up this sort of backbone that you can rely on. I don't want to get too into the technical details of what this book recommends, but like when I read it, I was like, oh yeah, this makes perfect sense. Like I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. And I think I literally will, like starting today. I never really cared about making a lot of money. Like if I did, I would have stuck to my college major of computer science. I would be making a lot more than I am right now as a YouTuber, I'll tell you that. I'm more about doing what makes me happy. Like happiness is my goal. Making a lot of money is not, but it's like I am growing up, sadly. And you can't get around the fact that like money is a part of it. You know, it's a part of life, especially as an adult. And this book has given me a lot of confidence just in terms of knowledge and a plan. I mean, before GameStop, like I had no plan for saving and investing, you know, so very grateful for this whole situation. I guess I hope that me telling you my story with GameStop, learning about the stock market, investing and saving, I hope that it inspires you to, I don't know, maybe read this book and see what you think. I'll include a link in the description if you're interested. So since this video is probably on the second channel, please hit the like button and drop a comment for me. I would love to grow this channel so I can continue posting videos that are different from the skateboarding niche of my main channel. You can also subscribe to this second channel if you want different kinds of content from me. I think my plan for now is to keep the skateboarding niche content on the main channel and do literally whatever else I want on the second channel. We'll see though. Might experiment on the main channel here and there. I don't freaking know. Anyways, thank you for watching.